저기는 누구야?
솔직하게 말해봐. 그 사람 정말 한 번도 생각해 본 적 없어. 다른 선택을 했다면 어떻게 살았을지.
What defines a person's legacy? Is it the lives they touch, the challenges they endure, or the sacrifices they make along the way? Pachinko brings these questions to life with its sweeping story and unforgettable characters. At the heart of it all is Sunja, a woman whose strength carries her family across generations. Her journey isn't just about survival, it's about love, resilience, and the choices that define her. We see her entangled with two men who shape her destiny in profound but vastly different ways. Hansu, with his wealth and power, offers security but at a cost. Isaac, a man of faith and principle, brings hope but demands sacrifices of his own. Through Sunja's relationships with these men, Pachinko paints a vivid portrait of identity, family, and what it means to leave a legacy. In this video, we'll dive into Sunja's incredible story, her courage, her choices, and the enduring strength that makes her one of the most compelling characters in modern storytelling. Let's explore the heart of Pachinko, Sunja's remarkable legacy. Sunja's story begins in the early 20th century in Yeongdo, a small fishing village near Busan, Korea. It was a time when Japanese colonial rule cast a long shadow over Korean life, shaping both her personal struggles and her community's resilience. Born into a modest family that ran a boarding house, Sunja's childhood was defined by hardship, yet it was also where the seeds of her inner strength were planted. Her father, Huni, was a man of remarkable gentleness and quiet perseverance. Despite his cleft lip and twisted foot, physical conditions that often made him the subject of societal prejudice, Huni's unwavering work ethic and kind spirit left an indelible mark on Sunja. He taught her that dignity was not determined by outward appearance but by one's actions and integrity. His early death marked her first experience with profound loss, leaving Sunja and her mother, Yeun to navigate life alone in an unforgiving world. Yeun became the cornerstone of Sunja's young life, embodying resilience in the face of adversity. As a widow, she took on the task of running the boarding house, often working herself to exhaustion to provide for her daughter. From her mother, Sunja learned the power of quiet endurance and the value of creating a home, even in the face of scarcity. The boarding house itself became more than a place of work, it was a sanctuary of Korean identity during a time of systemic oppression. The boarding house was a microcosm of Korean life under Japanese colonial rule. Sunja grew up hearing the stories of fishermen and travelers, their whispered conversations carrying tales of exploitation, forced cultural assimilation, and economic hardship. These stories opened her eyes to the struggles beyond her village, fostering a deep sense of empathy and a growing awareness of the importance of resistance, even in small acts. Her village, too, played a formative role in shaping her character. Yeongdo's close-knit community leaned on each other for support, whether by sharing food or quietly defying colonial authorities through acts of cultural pride, such as speaking Korean or observing traditional customs. Through these interactions, Sunja learned the importance of solidarity and the strength found in preserving one's identity against outside forces. Life under Japanese rule was a constant reminder of inequality. Koreans like Sunja's family faced daily discrimination, with limited opportunities to prosper or even live freely. For the family's boarding house to survive in this environment was no small feat. Every meal prepared, every room cleaned, and every guest welcomed was an act of quiet defiance, a way of preserving dignity and independence in the face of systemic subjugation. Sunja herself took on many responsibilities in her teenage years, stepping into the role of a caretaker and laborer for the boarding house. While these tasks built her resilience, they also placed her in a vulnerable position. It was during this time that she encountered Hansu, a wealthy fish broker who offered her a glimpse of a world beyond Yeongdo, a world of power and privilege, but at a steep personal cost. Through her early life, Sunja was shaped by a profound combination of love, hardship, and the enduring legacy of her parents. Huni's humility and Yeongjin's resourcefulness became the pillars of her identity. The stories of struggles she heard at the boarding house, coupled with the unyielding strength of her community, prepared her for the defining choices she would face as an adult. Sunja's early life was not just about survival, it was about learning to carry the weight of her family, her heritage, and her dignity in a world determined to strip them away. Sunja's early life lays the foundation for her strength and determination, but her journey truly takes shape through the relationships that challenge her ideals and push her to make life-altering decisions. Hansu and Isaac, two men from vastly different worlds, become pivotal figures in her story, each offering her a path defined by its own sacrifices and consequences. To understand the depth of Sunja's resilience, we must first explore the roles these men play in shaping her life. Hansu, a man shaped by tragedy and hardened by survival, enters Sunja's life with the force of a storm. Born into humble beginnings, Hansu's life changes irreversibly during the Great Kanto earthquake of 1923. In the chaos of this devastating event, which claimed over 100,000 lives, Hansu loses his father, a tragedy that becomes the foundation of his transformation. Adding to this trauma is the Kanto massacre, where Korean immigrants, including Hansu's community, are targeted and killed. Witnessing such horror at a young age forces Hansu to shed idealism, embracing pragmatism and ruthlessness as tools for survival. Years later, Hansu re-emerges as a wealthy and influential fish broker in Osaka, with deep ties to the Yakuza. To Sunja, he is a man of mystery and magnetism, offering her a glimpse into a world of luxury and power. But Hansu's wealth and influence come at a moral cost. His presence represents not just opportunity but also danger, the precarious tightrope he walks as a Korean navigating a colonial society designed to oppress him. When Hansu and Sunja meet, their relationship is electric yet fraught with unspoken complexities. Hansu's charm is undeniable, and he provides Sunja with a sense of being seen and valued. For a young woman living under the weight of poverty and societal constraints, Hansu offers not only gifts but the dream of a life free from struggle. But Hansu's love is far from pure. When Sunja becomes pregnant, Hansu's duplicity is laid bare. He reveals that he is already married and cannot offer her a legitimate future. Instead, he proposes a transactional arrangement. He will support her and their child, but only if she agrees to become his mistress. This revelation marks a turning point for both characters. For Hansu, it showcases his moral ambiguity, his willingness to provide for Sunja, yet on terms that prioritize his control and self-preservation. For Sunja, it is a moment of reckoning. Though Hansu's offer could shield her from poverty, she chooses to reject him, valuing her dignity and independence over material security. This decision becomes one of the defining acts of her life, underscoring her resilience and integrity. Hansu is not easily categorized as a hero or a villain. His character is deeply shaped by his past. The boy who survived the Kanto earthquake and massacre grew into a man who believes survival often demands moral compromise. His rise to power, including his connections to the Yakuza, reflects his determination to thrive in a society stacked against him. At the same time, Hansu is haunted by his choices. His wealth and influence are the armor he wears to protect himself and those he cares about, but they cannot erase the pain of his losses or the sacrifices he's made. This duality makes Hansu one of the most compelling figures in Pachinko, a man whose love for Sunja is genuine, yet whose actions often conflict with traditional notions of morality and honor. Hansu's story serves as a metaphor for the larger forces at play in Pachinko. His wealth and power reflect the allure of colonial systems, offering survival and opportunity at the cost of submission and complicity. For Sunja, Hansu's proposal is not just a personal dilemma but a choice between agency and dependence, between self-respect and compromise. Their brief but impactful relationship ripples throughout the generations, particularly through their son Noah. Hansu's shadow looms large over Sunja's family, embodying the enduring consequences of survival and sacrifice in an unjust world. Hansu is a deeply human character, shaped by historical trauma and driven by an unrelenting will to survive. His actions are often calculated, but they stem from a place of necessity rather than malice. Through his relationship with Sunja, Hansu reveals both the cost of survival and the strength required to choose a different path. Sunja's rejection of Hansu is not just a defiant act, it's a declaration of her values. It affirms her belief in resilience, dignity, and self-worth over submission to power, no matter how tempting its comforts. Hansu, in turn, remains a lingering presence in her life, a poignant reminder of the choices that define us and the sacrifices that shape our legacies. Through Hansu's journey, Pachinko masterfully explores themes of resilience, survival, and the moral ambiguity of living under oppression, offering a nuanced portrait of what it means to endure. Isak enters Sunja's life as a figure of quiet strength and unshakable principles, standing in stark contrast to Hansu's pragmatism and moral ambiguity. As a Christian pastor, Isak embodies hope and unwavering morality, offering Sunja more than just an escape from her immediate struggles. He gives her the promise of a life rebuilt on dignity and shared values. Unlike Hansu, Isak's motivations are rooted in faith in humanity, in redemption, and in the transformative power of love and resilience. His decisions are guided not by wealth or ambition but by a deep commitment to doing what is right, no matter the cost. He becomes a beacon for Sunja, a source of stability in a world rife with injustice and hardship. His willingness to sacrifice his well-being for his family highlights a quieter, yet no less impactful, form of heroism. Isak's relationship with Sunja begins with an act of profound compassion. Learning about her pregnancy and the circumstances surrounding it, Isak proposes marriage, not out of obligation but from a genuine desire to help her reclaim her dignity. By offering to raise her child as his own, Isak takes on a role of immense responsibility, driven by his belief in second chances and human decency. Their journey to Japan marks the beginning of a new chapter, but it also brings unforeseen challenges. Isak's idealism often collides with the grim realities of life in a society hostile to Koreans. While Isak clings to his principles, Sunja bears the practical burden of navigating the daily struggles of poverty, prejudice, and survival. Their love is genuine, but it is also tested by these harsh realities. Isak's faith and moral convictions sometimes leave him blind to the immediate, practical needs of their family. However, his integrity and steadfast support remain a source of strength for Sunja, who balances his idealism with her resilience and pragmatism. Noah, their son, inherits Isak's scholarly tendencies and moral compass, further cementing Isak's influence as a foundation for the family's values. Isak symbolizes hope and the pursuit of morality in an unjust world. His character challenges the notion of survival at all costs, offering a counterpoint to Hansu's more cynical worldview. Through Isak, Pachinko explores the complexities of holding on to one's values in a society where compromise often feels inevitable. Isak's life is a testament to love through sacrifice. His decision to marry Sunja, take in Noah, and provide for a family under dire circumstances illustrates a selfless commitment to his principles. His unwavering faith, even in the face of personal danger, such as during his imprisonment, underscores the quiet strength that defines his character. For Sunja, Isak represents a different kind of security, one built on mutual respect and shared principles rather than control or power. His influence is evident in the values he passes down to Noah and the emotional stability he provides to Sunja. Even after his death, his legacy persists as a moral compass for the family. Isak's role in Sunja's life is transformative, not just as a partner but as a symbol of integrity and hope in the face of relentless adversity. His faith inspires her, but their relationship also reveals the challenges of navigating morality in a world that demands compromise. Together, Isak and Sunja build a life defined not by ease or comfort but by their shared resilience and sacrifices. In contrast to Hansu's materialistic support, Isak offers a legacy of moral grounding and unconditional love. His unwavering principles serve as a reminder of the strength it takes to hold on to hope, even when the odds are overwhelmingly against you. Sunja's relationships with Hansu and Isaac illuminate two opposing philosophies of survival. Hansu embodies pragmatism and the pursuit of power at all costs, while Isaac represents an idealistic commitment to morality and sacrifice. However, Sunja refuses to be fully defined by either approach. Instead, she charts her own path, forging a unique identity that blends resilience, independence, and adaptability. Her journey showcases how she learns from both men. Hansu's realism helps her understand the harshness of the world, while Isaac's ideals inspire her hope for a more just existence. Ultimately, Sunja transcends these influences, stepping into roles that challenge traditional gender norms as she becomes the anchor for her family's survival. The sacrifices Sunja makes ripple through generations, shaping her family's destiny. As a mother, she bears the weight of ensuring her children's future while contending with the systemic discrimination faced by Koreans in Japan. Rejecting Hansu's wealth and choosing to build a life of dignity with Isaac defines not only her family's path but also her enduring values of strength and independence. Her story reflects the dual inheritance of immigrant families, hope and perseverance alongside trauma and struggle. For her sons, Noah and Mosesu, Sunja's resilience is both a guiding force and a source of tension. Mosesu embraces her determination, carving his own path, while Noah struggles under the burden of her sacrifices, revealing the complex interplay of strength and vulnerability in their lives. Identity and displacement. Sunja's life underscores the complexities of living as an outsider. As a Korean woman in a prejudiced society, she is forced to navigate dual marginalization. Yet she adapts, asserting her identity through her actions, whether in her work or her refusal to compromise her principles. Unlike Hansu's pragmatism or Isaac's unwavering morality, Sunja's strength lies in her ability to adapt without losing herself. Her resilience is a testament to the unacknowledged labor of women who navigate impossible circumstances to ensure their family's survival. Sunja's sacrifices inspire her descendants, instilling values of perseverance and strength. However, the trauma she endures also leaves its mark, creating struggles that her children must confront in their own ways. Noah's internal conflict and Mosesu's resilience highlight the varied ways in which her legacy manifests across generations. Sunja defies traditional gender roles, stepping into leadership and support roles typically reserved for men. Her decisions reflect the unrelenting pressures placed on women, particularly in immigrant families, to carry both emotional and financial burdens. Sunja's story mirrors the unpredictability of a pachinko machine. Her life, marked by calculated risks and unforeseen challenges, reflects the broader immigrant experience of navigating systems designed to disadvantage them. Rejecting Hansu's offer symbolizes her assertion of dignity over dependency, while her labor represents the invisible contributions of marginalized individuals striving for survival. While Sunja is often portrayed as a pillar of strength, her moments of vulnerability and self-doubt add depth to her character. These internal conflicts, such as questioning her decision to reject Hansu or grappling with Isaac's idealism, humanize her journey. By emphasizing these struggles, we see a woman not defined by perfection but by the courage to face her fears and uncertainties head-on. Sunja's journey is not merely a tale of survival but a profound exploration of identity, resilience, and sacrifice. Her decisions empower her family while exposing the unrelenting pressures faced by women in marginalized communities. Like the unpredictable nature of a pachinko machine, her life illustrates the delicate balance between agency and fate. Through her unwavering strength and adaptability, Sunja leaves behind a legacy of hope and perseverance, reminding us of the quiet heroism required to endure and thrive against all odds. Sunja's relationships with Hansu and Isaac go beyond romance. They are reflections of survival, resilience, and the societal challenges she faces. Hansu represents power and security but demands compromise, aligning himself with the oppressive structures of Japanese society. Isaac offers a life of ideals and morality but requires sacrifices that strain their relationship under the weight of systemic discrimination. These relationships serve as a mirror of Sunja's inner strength. While Hansu's pragmatism and Isaac's principles influence her, either defines her. Instead, she learns to navigate the contrasting forces of power and morality, emerging as a figure of profound resilience and agency. Through her choices, Sunja asserts her agency in a world that limits women's independence. Rejecting Hansu's wealth symbolizes her defiance of dependency, even at the cost of hardship, while choosing life with Isaac reflects her commitment to integrity over comfort. These decisions are not without emotional turmoil. Sunja's inner struggles, her longing for stability, doubts about her choices, and moments of vulnerability, humanize her, adding depth to her resilience. Her relationships do not merely shape her, they allow her to rise above the societal constraints they represent. Sunja's life is a testament to the power of choice. Whether refusing Hansu's offer or enduring the sacrifices required to build a life with Isaac, her decisions stem from her unwavering commitment to her family and her principles. Sunja's journey reflects her defiance of traditional gender roles and societal expectations. In stepping into leadership and support roles, she challenges patriarchal norms, embodying the silent strength that women in her position often had to possess. Both relationships test Sunja in different ways. Hansu's control challenges her independence, while Isaac's ideals force her to adapt to an unforgiving reality. These trials push her to grow into the anchor of her family. The effects of Sunja's relationships ripple through her descendants. Hansu's shadow and Isaac's sacrifices shape Noah's and Moses' paths, illustrating how her relational struggles are inherited as both trauma and strength. Sunja transcends societal labels. Hansu's dependent? Isaac's partner? She is far more. Her resilience and unwavering love for her family define her, making her a symbol of survival and dignity. Sunja's relationships carry symbolic weight. Hansu's pragmatic power symbolizes survival under systemic oppression, while Isaac's morality represents the sacrifices of idealism. Her rejection of Hansu's offer can be seen as an assertion of dignity, while her life with Isaac underscores the endurance required to uphold integrity. Much like the unpredictable Pachinko machine, Sunja's life is shaped by calculated risks and unforeseen outcomes. Her resilience becomes a metaphor for navigating an unjust system with grace and determination. Sunja's journey, defined by her relationships with Hansu and Isaac, is a powerful narrative of survival and strength. It lays the foundation for her family's legacy, connecting her personal struggles to the broader immigrant experience and the generational fight for dignity and identity. Let us now explore how her sacrifices reverberate across generations, tying her story to Pachinko's enduring themes. Sunja's decisions ripple across generations, shaping not just her own life but the destinies of her children and grandchildren. Her courage to reject Hansu's wealth and endure the hardships of life with Isaac lays the foundation of resilience for her family. Her son Moses achieves financial success despite systemic racism in Japan, becoming a symbol of her sacrifices. Meanwhile, her grandson Solomon grapples with identity and belonging, reflecting the ongoing challenges of the Korean diaspora. However, Noah's story offers a counterpoint to the narrative of triumph. As the son of Sunja and Hansu, raised by Isaac, Noah struggles deeply with his identity. His drive to excel academically and assimilate into Japanese society is a testament to his ambition, but it also reflects his internalized shame over his Korean heritage. When he discovers the truth about his biological father and Hansu's Yakuza connections, his world collapses. He adopts a Japanese name, Nobuo Ban, and isolates himself from his family, attempting to escape the weight of his dual heritage. Despite his efforts, the burden becomes unbearable, leading to a tragic conclusion that underscores the devastating effects of systemic oppression and generational trauma. Through her family's varied responses to adversity, Moses' pragmatism, Solomon's search for belonging, and Noah's tragic struggles, Sunja's legacy is portrayed in all its complexity. Her resilience enables her descendants to survive, even as it cannot fully shield them from the challenges of identity and assimilation. Sunja's life embodies the endurance required to build a future, even in the face of overwhelming odds. Her sacrifices set the stage for both triumph and tragedy, reflecting the duality of immigrant experiences. The family's stories highlight the struggles of maintaining cultural identity while striving to succeed in a society that marginalizes them. Noah's journey, in particular, illustrates the painful costs of assimilation and the search for acceptance. Sunja's sacrifices underscore the idea that love often means enduring personal hardships for the sake of future generations. Her actions resonate as a testament to her unwavering commitment to her family's survival and dignity. Noah's story poignantly explores the psychological toll of trying to fit into a society that rejects him. His estrangement and eventual tragedy stand as a powerful commentary on the societal pressures faced by marginalized communities. The unpredictable nature of the pachinko game mirrors the family's journey, filled with calculated risks, unforeseen outcomes, and the determination to persevere. Noah's connection to pachinko through his work at a parlor, and the game's overarching metaphor deepen the narrative's complexity. Sunja's legacy in pachinko is one of extraordinary strength, but it is also a reminder of the enduring challenges faced by immigrant families. Her story is a testament to how resilience, not circumstance, defines us. Through her sacrifices, Sunja creates a path for her family to navigate a world that often denies their dignity. Yet, the tragic arc of Noah shows that survival comes at a cost, and the scars of generational trauma are not easily healed. Sunja's journey is more than just a tale of survival. It's a testament to resilience and the enduring strength of the human spirit. Through her relationships with Hansu and Isaac, we see the complexities of love, sacrifice, and the pursuit of dignity in a world that often tries to strip it away. Hansu's pragmatic power and Isaac's principled morality reflect the two extremes Sunja must navigate, yet neither fully defines her. Instead, it is Sunja's unyielding determination, her ability to endure and adapt, that leaves a lasting impact on her family and future generations. Her legacy is not just one of survival but of thriving despite unimaginable challenges. Through Sunja's story, Pachinko reminds us that identity is shaped not only by the choices we make but by the courage to face life's hardships with grace and strength. So, as we close this chapter, let's reflect on the questions Pachinko poses. What defines a legacy? And how can one person's resilience ripple across generations? Let me know your thoughts. What part of Sunja's story resonated with you the most? Share your perspective in the comments below. Until next time.